They threatened towing. I proved the entire street was private property I owned. I'm Jake Holloway, 43 years old, a former U.S. Marine who spent 8 years in logistics and land navigation before working as a land survey assistant. I live on the property my grandfather left me in 1972. My truck sat in front of my house, where it always had, but 4 parking violations arrived in 2 weeks, each claiming I was violating HOA street regulations and threatening a $750 towing and release fee. They even stuck an illegal parking sticker on my windshield in front of the neighbors, like I was some kind of problem resident. I showed up at the board meeting to ask what changed, but the president cut me off and said with a smirk, "Maybe learn the difference between public and HOA property before you park like a clown." 25 people heard him say that to a Marine who'd served this country. I went home and pulled the county recorder files because something felt wrong about their confidence. I found my grandfather's original 1972 deed and property survey and discovered the entire street they were threatening to tow me from had never been transferred to the HOA. The road was listed as a private driveway on Parcel A, legally owned by my family for 52 years, meaning the HOA had been using my property without permission and threatening enforcement powers they didn't have. I printed the deed, the survey map, and the county GIS records, brought them to the next meeting, laid them on the table, and said, "This road isn't HOA property, it's mine. You've been threatening towing on a street you don't own." The room went dead silent as neighbors turned to stare at the president, whose face went white. I gave them a choice: acknowledge the road ownership in writing, void all violations, stop all enforcement on my property, and pay $500 monthly for road maintenance, plus $12,000 in legal review fees to correct the boundary records. Or I'd gate the road and cut off access entirely. They signed within 48 hours to avoid losing the only street into half the neighborhood. County legal review confirmed my ownership and reprimanded the HOA for unauthorized enforcement. Their insurance premiums jumped 240% for the liability exposure, and 6 residents filed civil claims over improper towing threats, totaling $67,000 in damages. The president got recalled within 72 hours, and the compliance officer resigned rather than face the fallout. They threatened towing on a road that legally belonged to me. If you own the street in front of your house, what would you charge the HOA? Drop your answer below.